G'day, I'm Hugh Bowman from Action Coach. So are you short on work? Well, this video, I've got 4 tips on what to do about it. Now, just be cautious. It is a bit negative, short on work, and focusing on the negative means you're more likely to get more of it, and that's a bit scary in the first place. So that leads us into our very first thing you need to be wary of. You have to own it. Now, what I mean is that you're going to say, yep, it's my fault, that's why we got it, and I can do something about it. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, it's the economy, or it's the government, or the weather, or the election, you're in the blame game at this point, and means that you're unlikely to get out of your chair and get things working, right? So you have to own it. Next step is, you've got to pivot. Now, what I can tell you is that of all the 20 or 30 clients I've been working with over the last 2 years, we've all pivoted. We've all honed in on a little niche that has got a bit of a higher value or something we can attract or take away from other opposition. We've got someone who does like re-stumping now doing underpinning. We've got roofers bought a rail business. We've got plumbers that have honed in on general plumbers doing block drains. And we've got like builders that do stock standard middle of the road homes now, have a high-end offering, and we're doing granny flats as well. Like the examples are just endless. So you need to think really hard about what else you possibly can do and how that could bolt into the business that you've got, because there is plenty of work out there. The whole economy has shrunk a little bit maybe at the moment, but it's not shrunk like half or a quarter or anything like that. It's shrunk 5%. It's small. So there's heaps of work there. You've just got to work out how to get it. And that's where the next one comes in, because once got what you want to target on, you have to market it. Whoops, can't spell market. Now, I'm not talking about just Facebook marketing, although that can work pretty well too. I'm also thinking about websites and Google reviews and capability statements and flyers and direct marketing and visiting people. The options are endless, but you actually need to do it too, because you might have lots of good ideas, but you've got to start using some of those tools and putting out flyers and putting out capability statements and meeting the right people. So that's hard work compared to what you might have been like 3 years ago, where you just was inundated with phone calls. Now, if you're not sure what to do on this front, we actually have a free marketing review service. And in fact, I don't do it. My marketing lady does, and she is awesome. If you want to have your marketing reviewed and given some tips on what to do with that, we can do it for you. And you'd be mad not to take this up. Now, the last one you have to look at is this. Cutting costs. Now, it's not fun. No one enjoys cutting costs, right? But the reality is sometimes you just have to, and to make a quick win to start off with. So how do you go about it? And it's a little bit tricky. Now, you look at things that are non-revenue generating costs to start with. You look at the biggest costs. That's part of the mix. I can't get into a lot more detail with respect to cutting costs, but what I can tell you that like 95% of businesses that I see that try and cut costs, they always cut the wrong things and they cut them at the wrong time. So if you want some ideas about how to cut back and when to do it, reach out and get to me. So, so these are the 4 key things that will absolutely help you out. But be aware of this. Like, we've just run a planning day, and I've surveyed all of my clients out there and worked out what their biggest issues are. Now, sure enough, we've been, planning ahead and changing and working on, putting things, pivoting and marketing, things like this. But with that aside, the market does change quite quickly, but only 1 in 10 are short on work. 1 in 10. So if you're thinking that your work is halved or anything more than that, you've got to think really hard about what you can do about it. Now, if you've got any issues with, wondering how you can ramp things up and how to get more work in the door, reach out. I'm sure I can help you. Look forward to hearing.